What's up, blokes and blokettes, and welcome back to the Oil Works YouTube channel. In this video, I am prepping Beatrice the Boxster for her salvage inspection and safety certificate. Hold up, hold your horses. Before we go any further, I need to give you a little bit of information in regards to this video. It spans a period of 4 months. It's been a bit of a headache, this build, but at the end I'm going to do a pricing breakdown on the Boxster. And probably the most important question that you're asking, do I get to drive her? You'll have to wait and see. Watcher, blokes and blokettes, you're through to Oil Works. I'm the Baldy Brit Bloke, and this is my YouTube channel. Oi oi! Let's pick up where the boys are changing the windshield and get on with the show. And now they are about to take out Beatrice's cracked windshield. Sweet. I tried installing glass on Fiona. I decided after trying it that I'm going to leave it to the professionals to do. In a couple of days' time I'll be able to put her through Salvage at Trotters. Have to give them a shout and make sure that it's okay to bring her in, and then grab a trailer and a truck and take her down for salvage inspection. I can't wait to drive her. And very soon, well, soon for me, in 2 or 3 months, maybe 4, all of this stuff will be on Beatrice. Yeah, that's going to be a fun project. That was awesome, all done. It looks so different, doesn't it? So different. They said not to wash the cars for a week. What I'm going to do first is get Beatrice through salvage inspection, and I need the hood bonnet struts. So I'll order them. They'll take a couple of days to come in, and then they did just point out to me that one of the windshield wipers needs replacing. So I'm just going to steal it off this one. Fortunately, I can't do that with the hood bonnet struts because they're gone on the yellow one too. And then I'll tackle Jenny. Got to try and figure out where all that coolant is coming from. Beatrice first, which will be nice. A cheeky little convertible to drive around in during the summer. Her paintwork is so dull. So dull. Oh my gosh. She really is a beater of a Boxster. But oh well, she won't be like that for too long. Makes such a difference knowing that it's not cracked and it's all good to go now. I have booked her in for her salvage inspection and safety certificate. All being well, and I am able to get a trailer and a truck in time, I'll be picking her up and taking her down to Trotters Auto Services in Hamilton, downtown Hamilton. They're the ones that do the salvage inspections for me and have done on my other cars. My aim right now tonight, while I've got a couple of hours and the weather's good, is to tidy up a few things. Got new hood bonnet struts to go in. I want to get this tidied up and vacuumed out in here and get this plastic panelling, or these plastic shrouds, all cleaned up. Get her cleaned up inside. Check this out, here's part of the old license plate. She's from Quebec. I've got a couple of little mirror flaps to go over here. Really, really cheap. They look like they're only worth about $1 each, but they weren't too expensive. I think they were 25 bucks for the pair from Amazon. And I've got these from Amazon too. These are the hood bonnet struts. A premium. Yeah, they look quite decent. Made in China, so they must be good, eh? I've got to clamp the battery down firmly. I'm going to check to make sure that all the bulbs work on the lights. A quick little tart up to make sure that when they check her over, she's all nice and clean for them and they can see everything that they need to see. With this one, it was just the cosmetic damage, the few scratches on the other side. The fuel filler cap was off. I did notice that this light is disconnected, and I expect they took that out with a view to repainting this whole side before she was totaled. So I just got to connect that back up as well. There was a little hole in here. I've got some tape I'm going to put on from the underside there. It's only a temporary fix. I just want to make sure it doesn't leak so that it screws up the M535 alarm immobilizer unit like I had issues with on the yellow one. I'm going to put the convertible roof up into service mode, check the drains on the convertible roof holes down here, make sure they're clear and not clogged again like they were clogged on that one. I'm going to start off with an easy one and put these little sun visor flaps in. Oh, these are so cheap. Like something you'd find in a dollar store. Oh well, as long as they work, it'll be good. There we go. Those of you that saw the first video on Beatrice will realise that everything is coming off the yellow one and going on this blue one. All she is donating is her frame and the VIN number. Let's make love in the summertime. Okay. Sweet! Good, that didn't take too long. Now for the next little project. Hood bonnet struts. Okay, let's get this popped off. Sweet! That's awesome. The trick is to just get a pick or a very flat screwdriver, small flat screwdriver, and poke it behind there. And that should be enough to release it. Okay. Okay. Sweet, that didn't take too long, did it? If you're looking to get the hood bonnet struts, then this is the product code that I found on Amazon. I think they may have been 30 or 40 bucks for the pair. Oh, that feels good, yeah. Whoosh! Gonna get the vacuum, start vacuuming around in here, and spray some of my scrubbing bubbles on the plastic shrouds. I have booked up a truck and trailer, but it's for Tuesday, so it's still a couple of days away. Actually, before I go and get the cleaning stuff, yeah, somewhere in here, there it is, click that in. Click. Missing the little rear light there, so I think I'll grab the one from the yellow car. My aim is to get her back on the road and just use her for a couple of months during the summer while I figure out financing for the engine and the transmission to be looked at. Before I check the headlight bulbs and the rear light bulbs, I found this in the trunk, so I'm going to connect this in. Yay, it works. Man alive, it's very rudimentary, but it does the job. How cool is that? Put the ignition on and check these lights. Side lights are on. Okay, so I'm going to have to check that one. They're both working. Here's the back on. Yes. And yes. Alright. Yes. And yes. Oh, there's a bulb on there somewhere. The indicator's not working. The back one is. That's working. Sweet. Sweet. Now the brakes. Yeah, sweet. Is this one working up here? see that. Let's put that there. Yes. That light. I've got a look at that light. Spanner, socket to tighten up the battery. Sweet. Ooh, look at that. Awesome, makes such a difference, doesn't it? Looks so much cleaner. There, that's looking nice and tidy, all shined up. Now I'm going to put the convertible roof up into service mode and check that those drains are cleared. Not that it will make any difference to the inspection, but just my own peace of mind that doing it now, I will know that they are done. I think that's about it. The rubber seal all around the bottom of the convertible roof has come off. Alright, unclip it. The drains are clear. There was a few little bits and pieces down there. Nothing that will block them. Oh, there's a few more bits and pieces down there than the other side. I'll show you. This is the hole, just down here where my finger is. There's a few little pile of debris just there. So I'm going to poke the vacuum in there, get that all sucked out. Okay, sweet. All I want to do now is take out that front headlamp unit and see if I can figure out if it's the bulb or if it's the connection. Because I had problems with this light originally in the first video. Whoop, whoop. I can't see that it's broken, but the top of the glass is black, so it must have burnt out somewhere. Yeah, I'll get another one of those. This, there we go. Whew. What a mess there is inside. Oh, that's definitely burnt out. Yeah, that's the one that wasn't working. The little side light. Good. Easy. I'll get those two tomorrow. That one has definitely burnt out. I can see that the filament inside is gone. I'm going to call it for a day for now. All I've got to do tomorrow on the fixing up side of things is the two windshield wipers, which I'm going to grab off the yellow one. Actually, no, that's a bit cheap. I was thinking I could grab the bulbs off them as well, but I'm going to go and get some new bulbs for this one. Good stuff. Nearly there, nearly there. I can't wait to drive her. I'll see you tomorrow. Toodle pip. Well, been a busy morning, but I'm back on the Boxster now. I've booked up a truck and trailer for tomorrow, which I think I may have already mentioned. Little bit pressed for time, so I've still got the paperwork to prepare for her to take with me tomorrow for the salvage inspection. But that's going to take me a couple of hours to pull that all together. When I get her back, I'll take her to a local detailer and actually get it done properly. I'm noticing there's still quite a few shards of glass from when they did the windshield. Quick little spit and polish. Little toot of joy. There we go. Not exactly concours winning, but it's a heck of a lot better than it was when I started. Now I'm going to give it a bucket bath. I said bucket bath. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Awesome. Went and got a couple of new bulbs. Let's get those swapped out quickly. There we go. That's that one done. And I'm going to swap this one back out as well. And once these are done, and the lights back in, just the windshield wipers. Awesome. Let me know if that light works. Time to test it. Does it? Yay! That's awesome. And I think it's working because it's clicking much slower. Yes! Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, she's done, folks. She is done. Well, not done, but done to get through the salvage inspection tomorrow. And oh no, wiper blades. You should have reminded me. Okay, wiper blades quickly. Sweet. There we go. Two blades sorted. She is good to go. It always gets me excited, this last push along the home stretch to get everything done on a car that's going in for salvage inspection. It's kind of a little bit scary, but a little bit exciting at the same time, if that makes sense. Sort of hoping that everything's going to be go okay. Come quick, let's have a look. How flipping cool is she? Oh my gosh. Still a bit grubby. Bottom grill's there, needs a good going over at the jet wash. But, yes. Well happy. Well happy. Big day for her tomorrow. Big day for her tomorrow. Oh. I'll see you tomorrow when I've got a truck and a trailer. Run her down into Hamilton to Trotter's Auto Service to get her salvage inspection and safety certificate done. I'll see you tomorrow. Toodle pip. Good morning, everyone. I've just been and picked up a truck and a trailer from U-Haul. I'm about to get Beatrice loaded up and take her off to Trotter's for her salvage inspection and safety cert. Let's get Beatrice on here. Sweet. Off we go. Just put the garage door down. Sweet. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is about two and a half weeks after the last video clip you saw of me, and today I pick up Beatrice, so I'm well excited, really excited. She's got through structural okay, and she's been safetied, and I've just at U-Haul on Upper Centennial in Hamilton, or Stony Creek I guess it is here, and picked up pickup truck and trailer. So off I go. I'll see you soon. Well, here she is back home. Unfortunately, I still can't get her back on the road just yet. I'm this close. I need to jump on here. No, I wasn't this close. I spoke too soon. Keep watching. She got through structural fine. She got through safety okay. They did point out that the brakes need doing. They're on their legal limits. I've ordered some in from CarQuest and they are overnighting them. I'm excited, really excited. So close now. The girl that does the paperwork is not in today, unfortunately, so I've got to go back down there tomorrow and pick them up. Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait. Just got to run the truck and trailer back. Then I've got to get on with my day. Looking forward to tomorrow. I hope I'm able to get her insured and a license plate for her tomorrow. Oh, driver for the weekend. Way! Just leaving CarQuest on Barton Street, and they've got my rotors for me. Front rotors, discs, disc rotors, and they're German ones. Gotta be good. So let's get back home and carry on with the day. Back on the Boxster. That last clip you've just seen is from 2 months ago to the day. That's the end of May, and now we're at the end of July. Because the salvage inspection that was done, the paperwork, I'm told, was submitted to an old salvage inspection program which became obsolete at the end of March. They were not able to resubmit the paperwork on the new government program because the two things are incompatible. So I've been waiting while they get the new salvage inspection equipment installed. It all has to be done on an iPad now, apparently. They can't use all of the information that they got from the first salvage inspection to put into this new one. So I've got to take her back down into Hamilton. Got to rent another truck and trailer, take her down into Hamilton, get the salvage inspection and the safety certification, because that only lasts for 30 days after it's done originally. So that's expired. So I'm taking the opportunity today to swap the discs out, the brake discs, rotor discs, whatever. Then I'm going to give her a wash so that tomorrow morning, bright and early, when I go and pick the truck and the trailer up as soon as U-Haul opens, she's ready to load as soon as I bring it back here, and I can zip her down into Hamilton for 9 o'clock. I'm hoping that she'll be ready tomorrow evening for me to pick up, but with all that's happened with her already, my expectations are low. So I'm going to pull her forward, get her up on jacks, whip all the wheels off and change the brake discs. Yeah, I was told it was just the rotors that needed changing. Obviously while I'm in there I'll check the pads. I haven't got new pads, so I'm hoping that the pads don't need changing, because CarQuest doesn't appear that they are able to get Porsche stuff in the same day. It's about 34 degrees outside with the humidity, it's up near 40. So I'm hoping that I can get this done in the next hour or so, and then I'll have to wait maybe until the cool of the evening, because this, yeah, I'm just an Englishman, I'm not built for this heat. The pads look okay. The rotors are very thin on both sides. It looks like these have been on there for a while. So I'm going to whip this rotor off, go to the other side, do exactly the same, swap them out, and then I'll do the back. Here's the back of the brake caliper. I've got to pop this little pin out here, release this clip, and push the brake pads back into either side of the caliper, and got to undo these two bolts on the back here, these two hex heads, and that will allow me to take the brake caliper off. I've just had a phone call from U-Haul, the U-Haul location that I normally get my pickup trucks and trailers from, transport trailers from, has just said that I can't get it from them tomorrow. So welcome to the unmanageability of salvage rebuilds. Never a dull moment, always a roller coaster. I am thinking now that I may, while I'm in here, just phone the local CarQuest, not the one I usually go to, but the one that's about 10 minutes away in Caledonia, and see if they can get me some replacement pads today. If the pads are 50, 60, 80 bucks for the front and rear pads, I might as well replace them. That way I know that there'll be no issues when the inspection is redone. I've just got off the phone with the local CarQuest and they can't get the pads in until tomorrow, which is too late. back to the original plan of just doing the rotors. Did quite easily. So did that one. All back into place, pins tapped back in, little clips back on. This is spinning around as it should do, which is awesome. Alright, on to the next one. I won't bother to record it. You won't want to see me dripping with sweat and cursing. So when I've done that one, go and have a bite to eat and then come back and do the back ones. I'll see you soon, till a bit. Driver's sides all done. And I got a little visitor come out to see me. Little spider. Just got the clip put back in the pin there. Little brackets bolted back on. Calipers bolted back on. Brake disc screwed on. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Sweet. Whoosh! Boiling over. Time for a quick bite to eat. Cool off a little bit. Maybe even a quick shower. And then back at the back. Oi oi! Back in the game. I have just had lunch. Got to whip that back wheel off. The rear brakes, they actually look worse, but I might be wrong. Being rear engined, I figure that these back brakes are doing more braking than they would do normally because all the weight's back here. I've noticed these rear wheels have huge spaces built into them. Oh, they're actually part of the wheel. Yes, look, they're massive, massive, massive spaces. Looks like the same on the back. It's exactly the same as on the front. Looks like it's had a bit of work done on the back actually. There's a fairly new rear roll bar, back roll bar, and there's a drive shaft which looks to have come from a salvage yard. Okay. I just use these to squeeze the brake pads that I'll show you. Like this, and squeeze. That allows me to wiggle the caliper off the brake disc and to tap the brake disc to loosen it so that I can pull it out. What's holding it on? Drat! Okay, I figured out what was the problem. I still had the handbrake on in the car. There we go. And the handbrake is like a little drum brake inside the rear discs. Personally, I don't think these back ones need doing. They don't look any different than the ones that were on there, except the ones that were on there were polished just from braking. Oh well. That's okay. While I'm in it, do them all, eh? And I'd have done the pads if I'd been able to get them, so I mustn't grumble. This still has all got the paint on it. It's even got the chamfer on the back here, the same as this. Maybe it's just because it's been sitting for a while and it's really rusty, so I'm worried about it. You see, it still has the chamfer on there, and it still has the chamfer on the top there, but it is rusty. Okay, on to the other side. I won't bother to film it. I'll see you soon. There we go. This one's all done now as well. See how thick that spacer is in there? Look. That's where it goes against the hub. Okay, time to wash my pinkies. There we go. Back on all fours, looking pretty good. Got to give her a bath or a wash after supper. But I've got a few things that I need to do inside before then. Took me a little bit longer than I expected, but that's always the way. Had my supper, been to see a man about a dog, back at it. It's dark now, but at least it's a lot cooler. Not something that I would do if I was trying to sell a car, but I'm going to wash her out there in the dark just to stop it so it doesn't get so wet in here. Because with the heat, the humidity will just be through the roof. Two's trouble, eh? There she is, all ready for tomorrow. I think if I'd have known it was going to take so much time with this blasted structural inspection, which I didn't know obviously, but I'm thinking now I would have got the side of her sprayed professionally. She's just been sitting here doing nothing, like for literally 2 months today. Oh well, hopefully, scared to breathe on it, hopefully tomorrow the structural will be done and the inspection, and I can bring her home in the evening and get her on the road the next day. But yeah, this one has, everything that could possibly delay it has happened. It's like that sometimes with projects. Brakes are looking good. Time to pack up, go inside, have another shower, stick these clothes in the laundry. I'll see you tomorrow. Toodle pip and good night. Oh, I thought it was too good to be true. When I dropped it off at 9 this morning, I had a problem with the trailer. One of the wheel straps had snapped and it wasn't picked up by U-Haul. So when I got back here to load the Porsche, the driver's side strap was useless. Driving all the way into Hamilton, she only had one strap on. Anyway, they promised me at 9 o'clock this morning when I dropped it off, yeah, she'll be ready today. Yeah, we just got to take some pictures of her and on the frame machine with the iPad and enter it into the new program. She'll definitely be ready to pick up today. It's 4 o'clock now. Hadn't heard anything from them, so I thought I'd better give them a shout. And no, it's not going to be ready today. It's like, man alive. And unfortunately, I'd rented this truck for the whole day and the trailer. Yeah, I could have just rented it for 4 hours, which would have saved me a few dollars. Man alive. I won't believe that this thing is actually done until she's back here, license plate on, insured, and I'm actually driving her on the road. I did have a phone call about an hour ago from CarQuest to say that the brake pads, the new brake pads are in, and I also ordered front tie rod links. I'll be able to pick those up. Not that I'll be able to install them because I don't have the car. Oh well, what are you gonna do, eh? I will see you, I guess, when I pick the Boxster up, which Tomorrow, next week, before Christmas, I have no idea. I'll see you soon. Toodle pip. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, would you look at that? She's home. Finally, 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 she's home. Now, I hope, sorry about the squint, it's flipping bright out here. I hope this is the last time she needs to go on a trailer for a little while. I'll explain in a minute. I'm just going to get her offloaded and then I'll bring you up to speed as to what's happened in the last couple of days. But yes, she's home, and I hope she's home. Isn't she beautiful? Really, really pleased. All right, let me just tell you what's going on before the sun comes back out and I can't stop squinting. I spoke to Mary Ann Friday, and those of you who have been following me on Instagram will have seen a post that I put up, and the MTO needed all the structural information entered onto their new system, which is a program. It's done using an iPad, and they have to take pictures using the iPad and all of that sort of stuff. The wife of the owner of Trotters, the structural inspection place where I take my cars to, they've done 5 of them. I'm not too sure if I mentioned that before, but this is the 5th vehicle they've done for me. So I know them quite well, really sweet. She entered all the information on the new system, tried to submit it, and it wouldn't accept it. So she's been calling branding in the MTO. It's called branding for the various different brands they give salvage vehicles. She's been calling them, trying to get hold of them, but a lot of them don't know what they're doing with this new system. So she was being passed around between different offices, and eventually on her day off yesterday, she got a phone call back from one of the higher up people there at the top of branding. They were able to explain what she needed to do to overcome the issue that she was experiencing with submitting my information for the Boxster. She got this particular number that she needed to enter into the national system. It's a reference number that I need to be able to get the ownership branded from salvage title to rebuilt title, which means that I can get insurance on it and put it back on the road. So that was what the hold up was. So this morning I spoke to her, and she said, yeah, it should be done today. I'll give you a shout when it's done and you can come and pick it up. And so around 1 o'clock this afternoon, she phoned me and said, yep, it's ready. You can come and collect it. So I was over the moon. Managed to thankfully get a pickup and a transport trailer from U-Haul right away, which is very rare. And when I picked her up, and because of the hassle that's been going on, they very kindly didn't charge me for the safety inspection, which is around 200 bucks. So I was very appreciative of that. They didn't have to do that. Things happen, right? And doesn't always necessarily work out the way that I want it to, and I have to accept that. So I hadn't expected anything. And then I brought her home, and here I am just chatting to you lot, bringing you up to speed. I've got to get this truck and this trailer back. I've got a few other things to do tonight. I've got in touch with the insurance company. She is on a phone call with another client and won't be able to get back to me before the office closes at 5 today. So she's going to call me back in the morning. Hopefully, I don't want to say it too loud in case it doesn't happen. I'll be pessimistically optimistic. Say that fast 10 times. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'll get insurance and I can go down to the Service Ontario location, which is just down the road here in Caledonia, and get the ownership changed to rebuilt and be driving her tomorrow. Get a license plate and be driving her. Yeah, I'm well excited. Looks like we're on the home stretch, at least with this chapter of her. I'm going to shut up, get this truck back to U-Haul and get on with my evening. I will see you soon. Toodle pip. It's funny, isn't it? These wheels are knackered, like they're all curved up, but Porsche do get it right with the wheels, don't they? Well, they actually get it right with everything. Flipping Germans. Tomorrow I've got a few things to do in the morning. Then I'm going to go to Canadian Tire, get the correct little license plate screws or bolts for the front and the rear, put the plates on her, and then you guys are coming for a ride with me. Going to give her a little shakedown. Nothing too serious. Maybe you can get down to Port Dover. Yeah, I am really really excited. I can't quite believe that she's this close to actually going on the road. Like, this has been a royal pain in the arse with the jolly new structural inspection program. Mary Ann at Trotters was so frustrated with them. Like, new program, typical government, as somebody noted in the comments on my Instagram, implementing something when they haven't got all of their staff in those particular departments all up to speed with what's required for the new program. Ah well, gonna get inside, wash my hands, got a few things to do tonight as well, and then tomorrow pick up again with Beatrice and get her on the road. Oh, what a buzz. And Abby's back. She had her oil change done this morning. I will be able to drive her a little bit more. Hey, sweetie, you decided to come home now that Eloise has gone inside. Hey, good girl. She often chases a chipmunk or a squirrel up this drain pipe, and she will sit there for hours waiting for it to come out. I will see you in the morning. Good night and toodle pip. Eloise. Licking her lips because she's just been stealing the cat food that I leave in the little dish for the cats. It's the next day and I can't stop smiling. I got my license plate covers to put on as well. Got the little fasteners to attach the license plates. So I'm just going to take this little munchkin for a walk, and then the plates will be going on. Stay with me. I'll see you soon. Toodle pip. Oi oi! As is always the way when I'm trying to record content, it's a lot later than I had anticipated. Too late for me to take her out today on a long shakedown, so I am just itching to drive her. I've got to show you something. Oi oi works! How cool is that? How cool is that? Anyway, I am itching to drive her. I just cannot ignore it any longer, so I'm hopping in, taking her into Caledonia, giving her a quick wash. Not a proper detail, I just want to get this muck out that's inside the wheel arches. I have to drive her, I have to. And now I've gone through the hassle of getting the license plates on. Local Canadian Tire didn't have the correct bolts for attaching the license plates, so I had to doctor them up. So here goes. Oh, I feel almost sick with like the expectation the last 3 months, well the last 4 months, waiting for this jolly salvage inspection problem to sort itself out. It's brought right up to this point, and now it's sort of I actually get to drive her. All right, come on, let's do it. I love that sound because the engine is literally just here, and I haven't shaved, so I apologise for that. I look a right scruff. Put the belt on. I'm not too sure if you can hear me, so I'll speak up and hopefully I won't deafen you. Interesting pulling out my driveway at this time of day. It's quite busy on the road that I live on, and it's a stone driveway, so lots of wheel spin. And I put my seatbelt on, as you saw. I don't usually put it on until I've pulled out of my driveway because it's quite difficult to see and I have to lean forward. And I'd driven maybe 100 meters, and there's a flipping OPP doing a speed check. And I have my seatbelt on, and I normally don't put it on immediately. I pulled out onto the road, I get myself comfortable. So thank goodness. She's got a 5-speed box, which I'm not used to. It's been a while since I've had a car with a 5-speed box. Fiesta and a Focus are both 6-speed, so A couple of times already I've tried to change it to 6 and it's not there. She's a 25-year-old car, manual, so everything feels very analog and clicky and like clunky, and when you change gear it slots into gear nicely. Yeah, it's nice. I think I'm going to really enjoy driving her. It's beautiful countryside around where I live, and other than driving on the wrong side of the road, it would be easy for me to think that I'm back in England somewhere. There's lots of undulations in the road, there's lots of differences in the geography of the area, lots of streams and rivers and forests, deciduous forest as in this oak and maple. Yeah, it's really quite a pretty area. Very, very grateful to be living out here and not hunkered down in the city or a large town somewhere. Just cruising along nicely at 65, 70 kilometers an hour, just enjoying the experience. Yeah, it's fantastic. And I'm sure when the roof is down, which I'll put it down on the way back home, I'm sure when the roof is down, it'll feel different again. So here we are, just pulling into the car wash I always go to. Quite a different experience. I will tell you right now, I never ever thought I would own a Porsche. Yeah, it's the cheapest one on the block, but it's a start, right? I'm not going to film washing the car. Sorted! She's all washed, or rinsed off. Now, I'm going to put the roof down. Whee! I don't have a hat, but on the way home, it is lots of trees, so I'm just sweating like I don't know what. It's flipping hot in here. There's very little installation, right, with the convertible roof. First time in my life I'm driving a convertible Porsche. Try to change into 6th gear again. That's going to take a bit of getting used to that. The yellow Boxster, the one that can never go back on the road, that I'm thinking of swapping everything over to this one, that has a 6-speed box, so it'll be easier to drive then. Oh, in the shade, it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. What a buzz, what a flipping buzz. Yeah, I could get used to this. I have to be careful because I'm just nudging over the speed limit. I haven't got used to the engine note yet. That's how I normally drive and know what speed I'm at, is by the engine noise. I don't use my dials very often unless I'm in an area that I don't know. She's not fast, but she's fun. Really, really fun. This is a beautiful, beautiful road, not too far from where I live. It's called River Road. And the only downside is it's a 60 kilometers an hour road. Grand River just here on the left. Pretty, pretty river. And that eventually goes out to Lake Erie. I used to see people out in like MX-5s or Miatas, I think they're called over here, Boxsters or Nissan 350Zs, convertibles, and they're just pouncing along down the country roads, and it really pisses me off. Anyway, now I can understand it. Like, I don't want to drive fast. I just want to enjoy everything. I hear the birds tweeting overhead, cows mooing in fields. It's, yeah, I guess it's somewhat like driving a motorbike maybe, but it's certainly a new experience to me, and it's really nice. And because she's like driving my other vehicles, they're turbos. Well, 3 of them are, and that turbo hit becomes almost addictive. Like, you want to keep accelerating and decelerating and accelerating. But this, I just want to ponce around like an old man. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a tweed cap and a Labrador and a tow hitch on the back. No, I'm not. And at the end of this video, I'll do a pricing breakdown, so that if anyone out there is looking to do something like what I've done, it will give you some idea of the costs involved. Feel the wind in my hair. Oh, flippin' heck, it's amazing. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional. If you're not already subscribed, why not? Tap the subscription button. This deserves a subscription for sure. And if you enjoy the content, please make sure to tap that thumbs up button. It helps the YouTube algorithm pick up my videos and recommend them to other people that might watch it. And let's see what we can do with this channel, how far we can grow it and how quickly. I really appreciate it, you taking the time out of your day, time out of your lives, and watch this odd looking bald English bloke that's living in Canada messing about with cars. So thank you very much. And here we are, home again. Well, that was fun. Hope you enjoyed that little clip of Eloise. This afternoon, get this lid down, head down to Port Dover. I'm not going to record it all. I'll record it going into Port Dover, and then from Port Dover to head around the perimeter of Lake Erie, round to a place called Turkey Point. Actually, it's not quite as far as Turkey Point, but there's a little church that's very, very pretty. Yes, I want to just drive down there. Beautiful roads all around the edge of Lake Erie. Let's get this lid down. Let's get this show on the road. Oh, listen to that flat 6. I'll pick up the camera again as I'm driving into Port Dover. See you in a bit. Just coming down into Port Dover. This is a lift bridge that often goes up to allow boats to come in and out of the marina. It's quite a large commercial fishing fleet here as well, for Erie perch and various other sorts of fish that they get out of the lake and sell commercially. Directly ahead is the beach, Port Dover Beach, and this little place, the Arbour, just here, is a sweet place to go for hot dogs. I'm going to be turning left up here to head out of Port Dover towards Turkey Point, following what's called the Scenic route, and it takes you all around the edge of Lake Erie. Beatrice is behaving well. I'm falling in love with her. Not good. That is not good. It's expensive when that happens. here. Yes, just here. How cute is that? Well, I made it. There's the pretty little church. How cute is that? At some stage in the early lives of all the other cars I've rebuilt, I've always made a point of coming down to this. It's just a nice little drive. What have I noticed? Well, a couple of things I've noticed today is there is some idiotic drivers on the road. I've seen two incredibly near misses, and I was gritting my teeth and sort of bracing for the person in front of me to have an accident. Both times it was the car in front of me appeared to have not seen the car it nearly had an accident with. And the second thing I noticed when I got into her this afternoon, the seat belt was wet. So I'm going to have to check and see if there's a leak down there somewhere. So that's something that I will have to look at. The second thing is, or the other thing that I noticed is, I've been past 3 of those infrared speed sensors that you get when you're coming into villages or on certain roads near schools. The radar is able to pick up your speed and it will flash the speed that you're doing and tell you to slow down. All 3 of them have read 5 miles per hour, sorry, 5 kilometers an hour less than it's showing on Beatrice's speedometer. So I'm wondering, and I'm asking for your help on this, any Porsche fanatics out there, these wheels, are they Boxster wheels or are they off a different Porsche? Because I am wondering if they are a slightly bigger size or a slightly bigger size, and whether that's making the difference with the speedometer. Let me know, drop a comment. Other than that, she's driving lovely. As I mentioned a few moments ago, I'm falling in love with her, and that's not a good thing. There she is. Let's just have a look at this. Yeah, this is a pretty little church. Anglican church. Here is the historical plaque. Looking like it needs a little bit of a clean. Bit of bird poop splashed all over it. Nice. That is it for the shakedown journey on Beatrice. I'm going to head back home. Then I'm going to do a costing and show you what she cost to buy her, to put her back together and to get her on the road. I thought that's something that might interest you. I'm going to enjoy the journey back home, just poodling along. And yeah, I'll speak to you when I get back home. See you soon. Toodle pip. Back in oily works. Excuse the mess. Construction work going on outside. You're going to find that there's a mixture between this video and another video that I'm doing on another car. Quirky little thing. Basically a barn find. It's been sitting beside the workshop for about 3 years underneath the tarpaulin. It's a mess. That video I think will be the next one that's dropping. There's quite a lot of work I need to do on it. Yeah, I'm not going to give anything more away. You can watch that. Let's have a look at these costings. Beatrice the Blue Boxster. She cost me $6,900 to buy. That was with tax. Delivery was $90. That's a good price. 90 bucks is a very good price to get a vehicle delivered anywhere, even if it's just down the road. Usually, you'd be in the region of 250 to 300. Even if it's just 20 minutes down the road, to get a truck out, to load it up, to strap it down, take it somewhere, unstrap it, drop it on the floor, you would be looking at 250 to 300 bucks. So just keep that in mind, unless you've got a friendly tow truck driver that can do it cash and a good price, then yeah, figure in 250 to 300. I used the battery off the yellow Boxster. From memory, that was 300 bucks. You remember I went and bought a used headlamp to use the little yellow reflector in the corner that ended up breaking. Well, that was $180. Then, because that broke, I ended up going to Porsche and buying 2 of these little indicator pieces, which together from Porsche, $285. But you may be able to find somewhere cheaper that does knockoff ones. Windshield, she needed a new windshield. I paid $900 for that. That was quite a good price. Paint, the 2 colour matched cans that I got and the 2 cans of lacquer, one of which I use on the headlights, you may remember that. I have allowed $100 for that. Excuse my writing. Filler cap hinge from Porsche. The little filler cap hinge was only $30. The little plastic flaps for mirror flaps on the sun visors, I have those down at $20. Hood bonnet struts, $40 for the pair. 2 other things on here as well. The structural inspection, or struct inspect, they're now $700. Safety, the safety is usually $200, but they gave it to me for free, which gives a grand total of $9,745. It may have been a couple of dollars more, it may have been a couple of dollars less, but that is a good gauge of how much it's cost me to get Beatrice back together with the little bit of damage that she had done and get her back on the road with the safety and structural. So, what do you think? Was it worth it? Drop a comment, let me know. Which brings me to finishing up this video. What do I think of Beatrice, the base Boxster? I love her. Let's just start with that. I have driven very few vehicles that give that amount of feedback from the road through the steering, and I love that. The thing I like about Beatrice, her front feels very light and nimble, and her back feels completely planted. She is a flipping nice car to drive. I love her. Which brings me to this, and this is where I need your help again. It's not good when I fall in love with a car, but that's why I've got 9 of them. Having driven her now for a few days, I like her just as she is. How can I put this? I don't think the right route is to strip her all down, strip this one down, and put all of the stuff that's on the S thing onto the Beatrice and making her yellow, because so what do you think? Yeah, this is the dilemma that I'm faced with. That's why I'm appealing to you guys. Please send help in the comments. Would you like to see me rebuild another smashed up Porsche, but a Boxster S? It's as simple as that. Oh, I need to make a shout out. Me doing cars, what I'm doing with the YouTube channel, would not be possible without some people that I'm going to name here. I wouldn't be able to do it without Trotters, the salvage inspection, the auto service people that I use for doing the salvage inspections. Mary Ann goes through hoops, jumps through hoops for me. They seem to like me for some reason. I don't know why, but they are really, really helpful. CarQuest, the old Parkdale location, which is now on Barton Street in Hamilton, they are so supportive, and without them I couldn't do it. They are excellent. They too jump through hoops, trying to source, particularly with the Jaguar, trying to source bits and pieces that they can't just order off the shelf. So they're going to different vendors and making sure they can get the parts and give me a good price and all of that sort of stuff. And pick and save the auto wreckers. I have had 3 cars, as I've mentioned. I've had 3 cars from them now, and if I need parts from them, I know most of the guys there and the owner and his girlfriend. I couldn't do it without them either. And you beautiful people that take the time out of your day to watch me doing this, I cannot convey to you, I just never thought it would happen. Like, who the hell wants to watch me faff around on cars when it's quite obvious that I don't have a clue what I'm doing? Hopefully I'm learning, and hopefully you're learning something too. So thank you very much. I will see you soon. I've got a lot to do on what I think is the next video, but I know you're going to enjoy it. If you haven't already, do me a favour, tap the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, share it, and I'll see you soon. Be safe, be well.